What's up, you guys? Cece back with another video. I'm just a regular girl trying to live a fit girl's lifestyle, so welcome or welcome back. So hey girl, hey, Cece here, and I just realized I hadn't spoken to you guys today. What is up? Happy 2025. So we did our, fit goals video. That happened in 2025, but then the last upload that you guys saw, was it the last? Yeah, the last upload that you guys saw, that was actually from 2024. I it was from 2024, okay? I just hadn't gotten it up. So this is my first time really kind of sitting down and talking to you guys in 2025, and I'm so excited. So I am about a week and a day on to kind of my 2025 like goals and what I plan to do and all of that. And it's been going actually really well. So one of the things I wanted to do was to make sure that I gave myself more time in the day to get all my shit done. And that includes personal stuff, that includes content stuff, that includes workouts, everything, meal prepping, all of that. And so I've been waking up at 6:30 a.m. Last week and starting this week. Today is Monday, by the way, and I've been waking up at 6:30 a.m. and hitting the gym first thing in the morning, and that has been so helpful with keeping me going and keeping me on my schedule. I know we're only a week and some change in, but we already got a little weight loss. Okay, we already got a little weight loss. So I weighed in this morning, and I never gave you guys my starting weight. So my starting weight, let me pull it up so I can give you guys the exact numbers. So I'm gonna weigh myself bi-weekly. That is what I'm committing to. I even hate to do that, but I want to get this weight off, and so I'm going to put myself through getting on the scale bi-weekly, and we're going to do it. So on 1/3, that was my first weigh-in for 2025. My weigh-in was at 182.1. So if I go to today's weigh-in, my weigh-in was at 180.9. So we lost 1.2 pounds, which it is what it is in 2 weeks. Well, I'm saying in 2 weeks because I weighed in out on 1/3, but actually, one, it's been less than 2 weeks, and then two, I didn't really start until the 6th. Like I kind of gave it a soft push on the 1st, but I didn't really start until the 6th. So really it's just been a week of progress, but I just wanted to go ahead and keep the weigh-in date. So I'm going to weigh myself every other Monday. And so we're weighing in today at 180.9. So that's 1.2 pounds down. But, and I got on the scale and I was like, oh my God, I worked so hard last week and I'm only a pound down. Like that's crazy. But if you think about it and put it in perspective and you're like, I'm playing the long game here, 1 pound down bi-weekly over the course of the year is 26 pounds. And that is exactly what I'm trying to lose. If you guys recall, my goal is to lose around 30 pounds this year. So my happy weight is really like 155. That's where I feel the best. That's where I feel like I look the best, around between 150 and 155. So that is my goal. That is pretty much almost exactly 30 pounds. But again, if you lose only 1 pound every other week for 12 months, that puts you at 26 pounds lost. So I just got to think of it that way. Slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady also keeps the weight off. Just remember that as well. So I did my workout for today, as you guys already saw, and I'm just going to take you guys throughout my day, and we're going to chat about what my calories, macros, and all that is right now. If that's triggering for you, I'll put timestamps. Hopefully I remember. I'm going to remember. I'll put timestamps in this video so you guys can skip past it when we get to that part. I know calories and macros and all that can be triggering to some people. I also want to say that just because those are my calories and macros doesn't mean it's going to be yours. So just make sure you're keeping that in mind. You can't just copy and paste someone else's calories and macros because they have a different activity level. They have different everything, they have a different makeup. They have a different body type. So you got to remember that. So we'll go through how to calculate those today. And then I'll just take you guys throughout my day, show you what I'm eating, show you like what I'm focusing on this week. And this week, the focus is really on water. So I got my little Stanley here, and this is 30 ounces. Yeah, this is 30 ounces. So we're going to try to drink a half gallon today. I'm about halfway done with this one. So I'm just going to keep that going. And then steps. I want to prioritize steps this week as well, because last week I feel like I did not prioritize my water and I did not prioritize my steps. So it is 10:10. I am actually pretty hungry, but we had a long day yesterday and I didn't get to get anything prepped. So we're also gonna prep later as well, but we don't have anything prepped right now, but some fruit. So I'm gonna grab some fruit and I'm gonna grab some coffee, and then I'm going to make lunch probably in about an hour or so. All right, let's talk about coffee, because I've been doing protein coffees in the mornings, but I'm just not feeling that today. And I also don't feel like the protein tastes good in hot coffee, and I want a hot coffee this morning. It just doesn't taste as good to me. So I'm gonna make a chai latte in my Keurig. So I'm gonna froth some milk. The only milk I use for my coffee is this Fairlife milk. This is the fat-free, ultra-filtered milk, lactose-free, and it has 50% less sugar and 50% more protein. So this milk in particular has 80 calories for 1 cup, and then it has 13 grams of protein, which is actually really, really, really good. So I'm just gonna pour this in here. It's about a cup, maybe a little less, but it's cool. And then for the creamer, for just a little bit of sweetener, because all you need is a tiny bit for this chai latte. I'm using the non-dairy oat creamer. This is the brown sugar oat creamer from Trader Joe's. I know y'all know what this is. Oop, know what this is. And I just put a little bit in there. All right, so we're gonna froth the milk and then make the latte and grab our fruit. All right, let's chat before my work day gets crazy. So I want to show you guys how I calculate my calories and macros. I've shown this before, but I kind of like to start the year off with this for some people who are new or some people who just don't know how to do it. For reference, there are so many different like free websites that you can go on to get your macros. Now, the best way is like to go to a certified like dietitian really to get your, calories at rest and all of that. But if you just want to calculate it quickly off of the internet, I find this to be fairly accurate. All right, so what I do is I go to the TDEE calculator, and it's tdeecalculator.net, and TDEE is your total daily energy expenditure. So it kind of measures how many calories you're going to burn per day. This is the website, super easy and simple to use. You just put in all of your information. They go by the imperial or the metric system, depending on where you live and what type of system you use. For us in the US, we use the imperial system. So I am a female, age 37, weight right now is 180, but I'm gonna put in 182, which was my starting weight. I am 5'3", and for activity level, I usually I don't go crazy with activity level because I don't want it to give me more calories than I need. So I go off my average. So if you're in between, I would go down one, and then that way they're not giving you more calories than you really need. So if you hardly work out every now and then, you have a sedentary job, you're just sitting all day, doing sedentary would be right for you. They have a light exercise option, a moderate exercise option, a heavy exercise, and then an athlete option. And so you want to be as accurate as possible, but again, if you're in between, then I would just go down one. So I definitely work out more than 1 to 2 days a week. That just wouldn't be accurate. So I always put in moderate exercise 3 to 5 days a week. I do have weeks where I work out 6 days, but I also have weeks where I work out 3 days. So I stay at the moderate exercise option. And then my body fat percentage, my scale that I got from Amazon, which I'll link the scale that I use down below, but my scale actually gives me body fat percentage, and I think it's around 40%, which that gotta come down, y'all. That gotta come down. It is at 39.4% from when I weighed in this morning. So we're gonna put 40% here, and then you just calculate. And it's super easy, super simple. It gives you here with all of your information, it gives you your maintenance calories, and then it also gives you your calories per week. If y'all been watching, then y'all know that I say that I like to take my calories per week, because some days you're gonna eat a little more, some days you may eat a little less. It just gives you flexibility. You don't care about your weight every single day. I feel like it's the week over week progression that really is what you're looking for. So if you can't keep a steady diet throughout the week, then I would recommend thinking about how you're going to break up your days. For me, this time around, I am trying to do 6 deficit days and 1 maintenance day. And so that's how I've been taking, well, for the last week and a half, that's how I've been taking my diet. 6 deficit days, 1 maintenance day. And so anything under your maintenance calories is a deficit, by the way. So it doesn't just have to be this drastic drop. Anything under your maintenance is a deficit. So it says for my maintenance calories, I should be eating 2,232 calories per day, or 15,623 calories per week if I want to maintain the physique that I have. Now that includes my exercises. So if I want to maintain my physique, I need to work out 3 to 5 times a week and eat in that 2,232 calorie range. So it also gives you the different calorie ranges here if you want to change out how much you exercise. So if you think you're more of a light exerciser with my body type and all my information that I put in, then 1,980 calories would be the maintenance for the week. If you're sedentary, 1,700 calories. And then your basic metabolic rate is 1,440 calories. So that's just when you're sitting there at rest every day. I'm probably burning 1,440 calories. So I want to burn more than that so that I can eat, if I want to maintain this 2,200 calories. And that comes in through the exercises that you do the 3 to 5 times a week. So tell me if that doesn't make sense. But so my ideal weight, it says, is 115 to 126. It also says don't take these too seriously, especially if you lift weights. I will never be 126 pounds, okay? So that's just not gonna happen, all right? So I don't look at that. My BMI, you always wanna keep your BMI under 30. So I'm at 32.2. we're obese these days according to the according to the chart. Don't take that too seriously, but I do try to keep my weight. When I keep my weight where I want it to be, then I am under the 30 BMI. So, and then it also breaks down for you what your macros are. So for macros, I count my protein, my fats, and then my carbs. So it tells me at this maintenance state, if I want to do a moderate carb diet, these are the numbers I should be at. If I want to do a lower carb diet, if I want to do a higher carb diet, and either one of those combinations work. So for me though, I want to do cut. I want to do a cut. I don't want to stay at this weight. I want to go down. They also have an option for bulking as well. So it'll tell you how many calories you should eat if you want to bulk, and it's going to give you a plus 500 calorie surplus. And so it'll give you 2,700 calories versus my 2,200. But we want to cut. So cutting this puts you at a 500 calorie per day deficit from the maintenance of 2232. So that gives me 1,732 calories is what I should be eating every single day for a 500 calorie deficit. Now for me, I round it up and I say 1,800 is my top amount for a deficit. So remember, anything under your maintenance is a deficit. So if you look at this number and you go down 1,700 calories, no. And your maintenance is 2,200. If you eat 2,000 calories a day, that's a deficit. You're going to lose a little slower, but that's a deficit. It is what it is. You can also increase your exercise and burn more calories, and that'll help you. But if you're eating under your maintenance, you are eating in a deficit. So, like I said, it gave me 1,732 calories. I round up and I say for my deficit, I'm going to eat between 1,700 and 1,800 calories max a day. So that is what I do a day. And then I can go into my Fitness Pal and put in 1,800 calories as my daily calorie count, and it'll help me calculate that throughout the day. Let me know if you guys want to see how we do that, but I'm sure most of us use MyFitnessPal at this point. But this is what it says I should be eating. Normally I go for the moderate carb diet, so I should be eating around 130 grams of protein a day. Now, I try to keep up with my fats and my carbs, but mostly I'm looking at this protein number, and I'm trying to hit 100 and something grams of protein every single day. Does that happen every single day? It doesn't, but I try to make sure that that is my focus, so I'm making sure that I'm hitting my protein goals. So this is how I calculate my macros. It also just gives you some tools and tips here. Food scale, I use my food scale all the time. Your bathroom scale, of course, and then MyFitnessPal. But you can use any calorie tracking app to track your calories, but that is how I get my starting macros. So like I said, for me, I go off of 1,800 calories. If I eat a little bit less than that, great. If I eat at 1,800, that's also great. Now that being said, when it comes to tracking calories, I do not track every single meal. And I always set out to do it, but it just feels very daunting to me. It really does, if I'm being honest. So what I do is I try to be strict at the beginning part of my day, because that's where my meals are already pre-made, which is where meal preps come in. So I've already calculated and weighed out my meals for the beginning part of the day. Normally before dinner, I'm at less than 1,000 calories. Before dinner, I'm usually around 800 or so calories, and I have about 1,200 to go. That's usually where I am every day before dinner. So that being said, I have about 1,200 calories to play with between dinner and bedtime. Like if I want to have a bedtime snack or a glass of wine, which we're in dry January, so we're not drinking this month. But if I want to do any of that, I know I have about 1,200 calories to play with. And I just really estimate it when it comes to the end of the night, because I live in a home with 5 other people, so I'm not always the only one cooking. My husband will cook, or I'll cook a recipe and I don't really know everything that I've thrown into the recipe just because I'm cooking dinner and I'm just vibing. But I can just because I've been counting calories for a while and I know for the most part what my portion sizes look like, then I can look at my plate and know that I am either right at, a little under, or a little over my calorie count, and I can really estimate it that way. Is that a foolproof method? Absolutely not. And if you're new to counting calories and you're not sure what your portion sizes look like or how many calories is in something, then I would definitely track every single thing you eat at first, even if it's just for a week, just until you get used to being able to eyeball. And anytime I feel like I'm going off track, I'll go back and I'll start counting religiously, because I just need to get my brain recalibrated. I do that every now and then just to recalibrate my brain, because our brains get used to a certain thing. And if I keep overeating, my brain's going to be like, oh, that's right. That's a good portion size. So you got to be careful with that. But I've been yapping long enough. I hope that was helpful. I hope, that helps you guys understand how to calculate your macros. Again, it's not a foolproof method, but it's the method that I use and it works for me. When I work the plan works, okay? So let me get to work. I'm in the middle of my work day. I'm gonna do some more work and eat my fruit too. Got my little fruit jar here. We're gonna eat our fruit and then I'll talk to you guys when it comes time to eat lunch.